Hey guys, hey, it's me, Jimmy Lou, with the Messy Carafe Corner. Hello and welcome, you guys. We're going to work on this. This is going to be fun. We're going to have a lot of fun today. If you're watching on the replay, let me know that you're watching. Don't just say hashtag replay. Say something fun like, if you went sleigh riding today. I did not go sleigh riding today. Larry, were you out sleigh riding?
No, just cleaning it up.
Just cleaning it up, exactly. All right, why do I not see my own live? Welcome to the memory decks. Okay, there we go. 5x7 photo book. And you can use this for a great number of things. Hello, Ms. Bonnie Butler. How are you today? Just in case I need to put something on it. There's our friend Kim. All right, so Kim at From My Corner, that's her page. Tag your page, Miss Kim. She's been wanting to get back into doing some paper crafting, and she recently, her brother passed away, and she found some photos, and she wants to make something special for your sister-in-law. Is that right? And we're going to teach her how to do it. So you guys are going to help me. You've seen me do this before. This is one of my favorite quick and easy albums to do. And I stopped calling them easy a while ago because somebody said just because it's easy for you doesn't mean it is for us, which I totally understand that. So there's Carrie Hall. There's Kim tagging her page From My Corner. You guys go give her a follow. And hopefully real soon she'll be in some of the paper crafting events that I host, including the Journal Pals event, which is Thursday. You guys, Thursday is the Journal Pal event. But please don't forget, Wednesday is the Whatnot sale. Do you got something I can show them for the Whatnot sale? One of these books here? Honey?
Yes.
One of these ones?
Go ahead, sure.
All right, so this one is the Bobbsey Twins Adventure in Washington. This one has a 1963 copyright on it. And if you are a collector of Bobbsey Twins, there's some pretty cool books that we have coming in the sale. These Grosset and Dunlop books are very, very nice. And they're pretty cool. So some of these will be in Wednesday, so I almost said tomorrow. I think it's tomorrow. My goodness. Okay. You need some chipboard to do this, and or a cereal box. You could use either. Now, if you want to make it even more sturdy, glue together 2 pieces of cereal box, and that'll make it a little bit stronger. What we're going to start is we're going to start with a cover, and then the pages are a little easy, and everything gets glued back to back and will be good to go. Okay, so I want to make a book that is, hold on, I did know this. The book itself is going to be 7 1/4 high by 5 1/4 wide. So you need a 7 1/4, just like so. Okay, a 7 1/4, and then you need 2 that are 5 1/4. Molly Jasper is here, and she's saying brr. She's not wrong. It is brr. Okay, by 5 1/4. Okay, you need 2 of these. So this isn't a large book. So this is why they get called brag books, because you put pictures in them of babies, and off they go to their mommies or grandmommies or whatever. Now, we're going to be gluing back to back. The spine is going to be exposed, but you could cover it with some fabric or some lace if you have, like some, Kim is doing one for a man or manly pictures. She could do, instead of doing lace, she might want to put like some plaid fabric that reminds you of like a man's shirt. Even if you're doing these as a memory book and you have a shirt, do that, right? Yes, chipboard is a pressed cardboard. It's not corrugated. So think, Jackie, like your cereal boxes or your noodle boxes. Only I buy a chipboard that's a little bit thicker than that. I buy a medium weight chipboard. I only use heavyweight chipboard if I do a 10 by 10 or larger album. And it's been a really long time since I've done one like that. Okay, that's it for your covers. That's all you need. And then we're going to cover it with some pretty paper. Okay, pretty paper, whatever you want it to be. Now, Kim's, you're going to hear me say Kim's name a lot today. Kim is doing hers is more like a man style book. So, you know, maybe birds aren't quite the thing to do, but I'm going to use this one for my front cover, and I'm just going to go with a plaid for the back cover. Okay. Okay. Now, you can use double-sided stick tape, or you could just use glue. It doesn't really matter. I don't know, when I do the mini albums, I like doing the double-sided sticky tape. And then I am doing photo mats for this that are 4x6, and I picked this kind of turquoise color because I thought it would just look real pretty. Okay, so obviously we don't need this whole sheet for this. So I'm just going to cut it down. I'll tell you how big I'm cutting it here in a second. A second, my scissors are underneath there. Okay, let's see. So I'm going to do 7 wide. And then we're going to do 9 high. So 7 by 9. And then 5 1/4 by 7 1/4. So a 5 by 7 album that's going to hold, it's going to hold 4 by 6 photo mats. Now, Kim, if your pictures are 3 by 5s, because that used to be a real big picture size back in the day, you could always make your photo mats smaller. Hello, Sharon. Hello, Stacy. The paper is really pretty. I didn't show you. This is by Paper Studio. And this is back, remember when COVID had their big sales? I bought a lot of paper. This is Textile Floral. They do still sell this, but obviously not at that clearance price. Okay, so we need 7 by 9. Oh, the other side. Okay. Now we're just going to use, I used to buy my double-sided stick tape at the Dollar Tree. This is not a necessary step. This just helps me, Speedy Gonzalez, to be able to keep moving. Okay. I'll be able to keep going here by taping it up. Now, sometimes I have this step already done when I do a live, but there's a lot of new friends here. And then Kim had also asked for some pretty detailed instructions, so that's what we're going to do. Where's my... Take your score tool, hi Judy Moore, and burnish down your tape so that way it breaks the fibers in the chipboard some, so that the glue on the tape will adhere just a little bit better. Okay, and then this has a paper backing you pull off, and then see, it's sticky. Alright, so it's kind of like using a sticker. You can get, if you're doing bigger size books, you can, gosh, you can buy real wide stuff too. Should I make the covers in a stylish she would like, or more masculine like the photos? Ooh, I think that, my opinion is, I don't do enough masculine books. That's me. You're making it for your sister-in-law, so I would maybe make it a nice balance. If the pictures are the pictures, let me ask this question, because this is a good teaching experience for everyone. If your pictures are of just your brother, okay, your brother fixing the car, your brother bowling, I don't know what your brother did or what your pictures are like, because I haven't seen them. I would love to, by the way, I would love to see them. But whatever your pictures are of, then maybe you want to consider that. So if the pictures are more masculine, just manly type things, then lean towards that masculine side. However, if it's of your brother and you, your brother and your sister-in-law, you know, you could go both directions, trying to keep it as neutral as you can. But if you wanted to add like a tish of lace here or there, you could. Okay, is that helpful? Okay, so I added glue, and we're just going to put this down in the center of our piece right there. Okay. All right, now what we're going to do is we're going to miter cut the corners. Okay, so I'm coming in towards the corner. I'm not going right up against. I am leaving about 1/8 of an inch and then rotating out and away. This is how you get your corners covered all the way. If you go right up against it, you'll be able to see the chipboard part of the covers. Okay, so come in, out and away. And if you guys ask a question and one of the ladies in here answers it, it's because they have experience. I have some darker paper, browns and maroons. I also have florals, so I wasn't sure what to use. Ooh. Well, again, I think you maybe want to take a look at your pictures. I'm using my score tool to go along the edge of the chipboard. It helps to break those fibers down. You maybe want to look at it and see what the pictures are of. And then hold the pictures up to your paper before you even start. Put the pictures up and go, ooh, this matches. Oh, this maybe not so much. And see what some people will say it speaks to you. I don't know about that. That seems very mystical to me. But I think that you'll see it. You'll see what's the right paper to use. Okay, so I'm going to take this. I'm going to add some tape along these parts right here. And we're going to bring these in and glue these down. Now, guys, I'm not adding paper to the inside. That's because we're going to glue the wrong side of a paper to it. And we won't need to do that. All right, so again, that burnishing helps break the fibers. It'll make that tape stick longer. Why do we use tape and glue? Fraps and scraps, she always says tape for today, glue for tomorrow. The tape holds it for me until the glue sets up so that I can keep working. Okay, so I'm going to bring this in and press that down. Which I kind of thought the paper that I picked was a little bit, there's a lot of florals, but yet I still feel like there's enough masculine pieces in it that I could have a nice balance. Am I making sense? Hello, Lainey, how are you? Pull this in and press that down. Okay. And then, so you do that to all 4 sides. I always do my long sides first and then my short sides. That's a me thing. Okay. And then you're just going to pull that in. Just don't bend it right away. Just kind of work it, massage it a little bit. That helps to get the bend going good. Okay, right there we go. And same thing with this side. Just massage that a little bit. I'm doing well. Okay, good. I'm glad I'm not speaking like I'm goofy. I'm glad I'm explaining it good. All right, so this is my back cover. Okay, now I'll tell you, we're going to build the guts, and then we're going to decide, do I want to put, I didn't bring any ribbon out here, but I may want to put ribbon to tie it closed, especially if you're mailing it somewhere. You want to watch how much bulk you add to it. Otherwise, you're going to be having to put it in a box to send it. So that's just one way. Okay, so my chipboard is 5 1/4 by 7 1/4, 7 by 9 for my paper. And we're going to get this one all set up right here too. Susan Boston Terrier's in the house. And Jeremiah, hello to you. If I miss saying hi to you, sorry guys. Comments sometimes go by pretty quickly. There's Jerry. Judy Moore is here. Sharon Busk is here. Ann Maiden, hello Miss Ann, how are you? Darla Hallsopple, Molly Jasper, Tracy Watson, Stacy Eakin, hello to everybody. Let me hold that too. Huh. Hello Miss Roberta, how are you? I bet both Robertas are in the house. All right, so add your tape. Now, I buy my double-sided tape now at Hobby Lobby because you get way more on a roll for just 25 cents more. That's something to keep in mind. You can't, if you have a Dollar Tree that's closer or you don't have a Hobby Lobby, Dollar Tree's tape has always served me very well. Anybody, some of you have been here for a long, long time. Anybody remember how many rolls of tape I used to go through when I solely did mini albums? Bonus points here, if you know. Hello, Charlene, how are you? All right, and then we're just adding the glue right over top of the tape part. Okay, we're going right in the center of the paper again. Now, you don't have to be careful at this point. What's, Judy Moore said lot. What's top and bottom, we're just getting it. Oh, no, Mary Ferguson, it was way more than 3. Yeah, it's just a little, you get a little bit more on the roll. So therefore, that's why I think it's a kind of better deal. Okay, once you have that glued down again, do your miter cutting. Rose Clemens is in the house. Rose sent me my reminder for what we're doing in the Journal of the Month tonight. Okay. I used to go through 35 to 40 rolls of tape in a month when I only did mini albums. And that's because you literally are using it for every inch of that book. So that was quite a lot. Larry used to take me after work to go and get tape and stuff when I needed it. Okay, just burnish that down, and then again, if you just trace around the edge of your book, and sometimes I forget, it's not a big deal if you do. It does just help with that creasing to come around the edges, right? Carrie's here. You plan to be caught up in Journal of the Month by class time. Oh, I need to get caught up. No, I forget what I have to do. I have to go back and read the message. But tomorrow in Bookmakers, we'll finish up the book that we're working on there for January. And we'll be ready to get started with a February book, which I'm super duper excited about. Okay, just fold that in. Okay, this is how I'm making these covers. Put this in. There's our friend Lori. Hello, Miss Lori. And again, the double-sided tape is not 100% deal breaker if you don't use it. If you don't have it, you don't want to run out for it because the weather is really cold and really not very nice out. You can just use glue. You're just going to be waiting for see how the tape is helping to hold it. Ooh, that's right. We need a label or a tag from an old, or from a shirt. Working on your Out of the Bag book. Brenda Vinoy, I have to tell you, the ladies who took the master class, every book that I saw, you guys did a fantastic job. And some of you did it without a kit, which tells everyone here that it is doable without a kit. I'd like you to have a kit, but you don't have to take the class with a kit. You can use the supply list, right? And I have to tell you, they did a beautiful job on their books. Okay. Boston Terrier. I'm using Early Espresso. Is this the color you want me to get for you? This is a darker ink, and I'm just going to ink the edges. Ink, don't ink, doesn't matter. It's your book. You get to do what you like to do. Still a little cracking right there. No, we'll just let it alone. Okay, so we're going to ink this up. Outside and inside. Yes, okay. Got it. I'll order a couple of extra in case anyone else wants to get it. Okay, there's that one. Outside and inside. But if you're using a vintage paper and you wrap it around and it cracks a little bit, that's okay because it kind of works with your vintage paper. But then just ink it. And it will help to hide some of the actual... I didn't realize that one side cracked, but it's okay. Because now we can't really tell all that much. Okay, so it's just a little bit darker. And we're going to do it to this one too. Okay. How's everybody doing today? Everybody doing good? Yeah, I have someone in stock, Rita Sowers. If you want some, let me know. Okay, gotcha. I don't always have the brushes in stock, but I have some. I have a few. Okay, so those are my covers. I can set those to the side. I'm going to bring my cutting board back up here. Because now we're going to do our pages. Okay. The pages, you're going to be cutting them down to 10.5 inches by 7.25 inches, right? So that way, these will go into your book. Ooh, just like so. Okay. You want them to be precise so that your covers line up perfectly. You want them perfect, okay? So, and you pick whatever colors you want. Now, typically I would do 5, and 5 would give us a place for 10 pictures. However, we're gonna do, let's see, 5 would give us 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we're going to do 8. Okay, so there's 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. Let's go. Can't make up my mind. 8. Okay. I wouldn't go any more than 10 pages on these because they're going to get really, really thick for you. And you're going to just cut them down to the size that I told you. Now, if you don't have a scoreboard, but you have a cutting board, that's okay because you're just going to be folding them in half. So you need 10.5 by 7.25. Okay? 7.25. 10.5. Okay. If it's directional paper like this one, be sure and do your 7.25 is your height, how high it is. by 10.5. That one corner is ripped a little bit right there. Okay. And let's get more than one happening here. Definitely losing stuff over here, you guys. 10.5. Okay. 10.25. Hi, Kim McGinnis. For printed journal pages or for this, I'm using actual cardstock. But if you're using for printed junk journal pages, then you want to do, Molly's right, 7.25. You want to do 24-pound weight. 7.25 by, what am I saying? 10.5 is right? Lost my train of thought there. Yep, 10.5. Okay. One more. By 10.5. Okay, now let me tell you, you're going to take these and you can score them in half. And in half is going to be 5.25. Okay, if you score them in half, or you just fold them in half, right? Liz Ellen is here. Yeah, 10.5. I think I got them all. Venus, did I say 10.25? I think I got them all. If I did one wrong, we'll just go back in and recut them. And I'm just folding. Just fold it and score and burnish it, right? And then you just want to look at like what you're going to put where. Right now, I'm just folding it and putting it in a stack, and we'll figure out what we're doing later. What we're putting where. Okay. Use your bone folder. That's a very helpful tool. So far, I have them all the right size. Fingers crossed, right? Write down the directions, you guys. Now, what do you do if you don't have cardstock? You only have paper. What you can do is you can use just a solid color cardstock to make your pages, fold them in half, and then mat them, like we do a photo mat, mat them with the pretty paper. Okay, so that's one way to do that. Okay, so I tried to stay real far away from the florals, but I don't know. I just love them so much that my vintage stuff I wanted to use. He was busy listing stuff for the Whatnot sale, and listen, the man is tired because I cannot help with the snow shoveling anymore with my back. I just can't do it. So that's real tough. Okay, so what we want to look at is what pages do we want to go where. So this is my cover. When I open it, am I happy with that? Well, yeah, I'm going to be happy with that because right here is where we're going to put a picture mat, a photo mat, okay? All right, so that's okay with me. And then now I'm just really looking to see, like, I don't want two grays back to back. I want them kind of apart from each other. Okay, so that's one thing I'm looking at. Here's a gray. I think this is a blue. That's okay. All right, and then this one. So now this is going to give us a place to hold 16 photos. Right. I'm going to show you a way that you can add in some 3x5 photos as well, okay? But first, let's get things squared away here. We're going to glue these together back to back completely, okay? So just like so. And I'll tell you, this is where you'll find out if your cutting skills were real good. So stack them together, and then I use the table and kind of tap that down, because what you're going to do is your page will open like this page will turn like that, and so on and so on, okay? So this is where you have to be real careful if you have directional stuff, that you're not putting something in upside down. Okay, and we're gluing it all the way together. Okay, just like so. Tap, 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 and press that down. Okay, always be checking, make sure. Okay, now you could do a pocket on one if you want to, zip, 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 3 sides. But again, it doesn't really make a difference if you do a pocket or if you do. I'm not doing any pockets, okay? Not yet, I'm not. You could do them on the covers. The covers are a real good place to put a pocket, but to be honest, I just want this to hold photos at this time, so that's what I am leaning towards. I'm leaning towards the photo part of this. Okay, make sure that everything is lined up together. All right. Anybody remember making these with me before? Hello, Miss Dawn. How are you? Anybody remember making these? These are like super... I think these are like the easiest way you can do these. Oh, we have 57 eyes. Send up those hearts. Absolutely. You send up hearts and Facebook says, let's send some more people over there. Oh, nice. Okay, well, I'll show you what you can do with that. So you got 16 pages, or 16 places that you'll have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got 3 more to do. So that would be a place you could put that, or I'll show you how to put in a pocket on the cover. Okay, you remember? When's the last time anyone made one like this? It's been a while since Jimmy Lou has. What did Rose say? Oh, yeah, the hearts. Yep. Send them up. Helps Facebook realize the algorithm needs to send some new friends in here. Okay. There's my gray. My blue. Please don't be blue. Okay, and this one, I love that. Looks like a watercolor painting. Okay. This one on here. Like so. Because sometimes you want to send memorabilia with it, a graduation announcement, a birth announcement, something from the newspaper maybe even. So adding pockets would also be okay. Now you could also round your corners if you like doing that type of thing, but I don't know. For this, I'm just going to keep it the squared off part. Okay, so... Okay, now I'm going to show you how to do the photo mats. However, I don't know how many will get done because I do have a class tonight. But if that's the part we don't get finished, you'll know how to make them and where to put them. Because each page is going to have a photo mat on it. Okay, so when we're looking through, we've got the photo mats. I'm going to show you how you're just going to glue them down like a pocket. 1, 2, 3. You can create cards that will slip in that you can write little notes or whatever, memories on it from the picture, or leave them blank for whoever gets the book if you're putting pictures in it. And then off on the side over here, see, each side is going to get a photo mat, just like this. These are 4x6 photo mats. Okay, what you want to do is, if you're going to do your cover as a pocket, you will want to put something on there so that stuff doesn't get stuck sliding in and out. So let's see. This is 7 1/4 high. Let's take it down to there. And this isn't going to be seen because we're going to glue it on as a pocket, so I'm not worried about inking it or anything like that. In fact, I should have inked all of this ahead of time. If you wanted to ink it, you could. I'm just going to skip the inking at this point because I already missed it. But for the pockets, you won't need to. So make sure you got your cover the right side up. You want your pocket to get glued on like so. 1, 2, 3. No, you want this to get glued all the way down. Ooh, see, I was testing you to see if you knew what I was talking about. All right, this is getting glued all the way down, so that way whatever you slide in and out of here will be very nice sliding, so you're not going to have anything getting stuck, okay? Now what you're going to do is you're going to glue your cover on 3 sides. 1, 2, 3. You're gluing it at the fold part, okay? So the open and shut part is like so, and we're just going to add our glue. 1, 2, 3 sides, just like so. Make sure it's going in the right direction. It is. And then this is an exact match, right? It's exact. It's the same thing, height and width and all of that stuff. Your spine is exposed. So at this point, if you want this to be colored in, you could, you know, just go over it with your ink. Okay, I'm going to put some lace or something over it, so I'm not worrying about it too much, but you could do that. No sewing involved, completely gluing. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Yeah, it's going to hold 16 papers. Okay, so if you don't want a pocket and you just want to glue it all the way down, you can glue it all the way down like so and not have it as a pocket. Now, I forgot one part, and one part was if you wanted to do a ribbon closure, this would be a good time to do that. So we're not going to make this a pocket. If I were going to make it a pocket and going to do a ribbon tie closure, I could still do over the top like this, but put my ribbon underneath. Hang on 1 second. Let me grab something. Something ribbon. Some very pretty linen ribbon. Look at this stuff. This is some good stuff right here. Sorry guys, my table has developed a squeak, and when I walk you can hear it squeaking. These are your favorite kind to make? Great. Okay, so if you want to do, you know, a pocket back here, you would glue the whole sheet over the top of this. And I'm not gluing this to the front. It's going to come out and around on the front, but it's not going to do all of the things, right? We're going to just add some glue right over the edge here. This linen ribbon is so pretty too, you guys. All right, and then we're doing the whole shebangers right on here like this. The whole thing will get glued down. Then this will come around and it'll get tied. Right, and you could put something over it on the front since we missed it on the inside, but are we having a glue conversation? Mine is neutral pH adhesive. Molly's right. However, Barb, Lane, you should use what you're comfortable with. Now, your cousin likes the neutral pH adhesive also. So if you are close to her, I wouldn't have any shipped right now because it's way too cold. And that is not a cold weather glue. All right, so we're going to glue this down. Just like so. Again, it's a whole nice, neat lineup. So use your table to work with you to get it all lined up nice and straight. And then see, this will come around and we'll tie this closed over here. I am planning to put a picture frame on the front. Now, I like your input. Okay. Tell me what shape I should put. I have a rectangle. I have an oval. There is a circle and there is a square. So tell me which one you'd like to see me use because we're going to cover that with some paper. It does not, neutral pH adhesive does not have a smell. Fabri-Tac does. So if you are allergic to that kind of smell, then I wouldn't recommend using it. Okay. Now all we have to do, Kim, is add our photo mats. So let me show you how to make those. I use 2 solid color papers for this. Pick a paper that matches very nicely. Ooh. And then you guys tell me what you want to see me use. Oh, I see a couple for the oval, one for the rectangle. Linda Jeremiah, you might be losing that argument. Oh, we're all over the place. Round, oval. You guys like the oval. I like the oval too. I also liked the round. But the oval or the rectangle will show a bigger picture. It looks like the majority of you like the oval. All right, we're going to keep that to the top. All right, what we're going to do is set this to the side and we're going to make some photo mats. And then we can talk about ways to put them in. Okay, so to make a 4x6 photo mat, you want to cut a piece of your solid color card at 6.5, and you only get 2 out of an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So 6.5, and then you want to cut it at 4.5. Okay, that will give you a 4x6 photo mat, and we're going to put white because I don't know, I like the way white against it looks. That's a me. If you like it just not this way, then you could do it a different way. And then you want to cut your white 1/4 of an inch smaller. So 4.25 by 6.25. Okay. And then this is what it will look like. It'll just mat it out very nicely. Ooh. Rose is telling us how it is. Rose, am I right? Your husband did stained glass work, right? All right, let's get this next one. 6.25. Now, oddly enough, you'll get 4 out of a white because 4.25 is exactly in half. Okay, so 4.25, and then your third one goes off of that last one. So cut your 6.25 first. Okay, let me just do one more in this, and we'll have these to work with. All right, so 6.5 by 4.5. Now, who's watching and will say to me, Jimmy Lou, I could do that. This is a book I feel I could do, because some of you are very new, and I know it's easy to be a little worried at first about how you're going to do the things. So just tell me in the comments, and we're going to glue these all together into photo mats. Because I want to show you, oh, you can also take a piece then that's 3.5 by 5.5. Okay, and then your white would need to be, your white would need to be 3.25 by 5 1/4. I thought so. All right. And that'll hold a 3 by 5 photo. And I did this for a reason, because I want to show you guys something. Okay. Linda Fletcher, I'd do that. All right, so let's glue these all together. And you could totally use decorative paper for your photo mats. I just think so much of it's getting covered. Why not use the solid? I think I could do it, but I would need help. What? I would need to play your video. Yes, and that you should. I'm going to tell you, most people here are going to say the same thing. Watch the video live and enjoy it, and then do the replay and work alongside of me on the replay. Because the replay you can pause, you can back it up, you can ask questions on. If you have a serious question and you need like a quick answer to, you should probably private message me, because I don't always see the comments. It depends on what FB allows to come through real quick. So sometimes it's 3 days later and I see a comment from 3 days ago. Yep, you can use if you don't have plain cardstock. Larry said lots of snow. If you don't have plain cardstock, you could use the scraps, right? Let me just show you, Kim. You could just use the scraps and cut them down and mat them this way. This is also acceptable. Yep, it is, and it is cold out too, you guys. And it's not supposed to get any warmer the rest of the week. It's supposed to stay cold in the northwest or northeast. Yeah, Larry just told us. All right, so there you go. And I buy my white cardstock at Walmart. Okay, it's just as good a quality as the other big craft stores, so don't worry about that. Okay, so a couple ways you can put these into the book. Let's talk about it. Pockets, belly bands. We're going to glue these straight in. Tell me if you want to see other ways to put them in. Maybe I'll just show you so that way you have options. Everyone will have options. Okay, so the oval you guys said. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to pick a whatever that I want on the cover that I think will match nicely. And we're going to glue this on. Okay. We're going to wrap it around and we'll cut out the center. We'll just do the best we can. So this is mat board frames that I have from my scrapbooking days. And we used to do, and I'm not making a mistake. I know I'm gluing the whole thing down. We're going to glue it as a place to slide a picture into later. Okay, so just like so. Okay. And just trim this off. Okay, let that dry. Because I want to be able to cut out the center and not feel weird about it. Yes, thank God it's not snowing anymore. He is so right. Okay. Here is this size, and then if I just take wherever I put that linen ribbon, take a little bit of this linen ribbon, okay, onto this 3 by 5 photo mat. We're just going to do a little bit of Fabri-Tac here and here, okay, and we're going to glue this down. This is going to be a little pull tab. Okay, just like so. And then we're just going to take this bit and we're going to cover that over. Just like that, right over the top. So it won't matter. You need to pull at the bottom, you need to pull at the top. Wait till you glue your pictures on it until you know for sure it is where it's going. So, yeah, a lot of the ladies do that, Barb, in the classes especially. Because it can get going really quickly in the classes too. I'm trying to go a little slower today so everyone can follow along. Okay, so first things first, we're going to do some way you want to put these in here. This is already a pocket. You can do a 4x6, will most likely slip inside of there, but you can let the tabs hang out like so for inside of there. So if you do put something in there, you may want a thumb notch, or you may want to put something that sticks out so it shows, right? Okay, linen ribbon, or just a plain white grosgrain, or a grosgrain that matches yours is perfect, right? So we're going to take this and we're going to glue this straight on to that pocket. Nothing fancy. This is how it's going in, straight on. There's nothing extra happening on this one right here. Okay. It's just going right on there. And now a beautiful photo can get put on there. And then there is room around the edge that you could put in a notation. All right. On this side here, we're going to do the same thing, except for I'm going to give this a pocket. A pocket that my piece here, my 3x5, will slide into. Okay, it's going to look like that. So if you want to do these and add the 3x5s in also, this is giving you extra place to add your photos. 3 sides. 1, 2, 3. And line that up in there. Just like so. Make sure you're not on your bendy lines. That's important. Okay. And then you just take your other photo mat and slip it right inside. Let that part stick out. Right? It's okay if it sticks past the edge there because it's not paper. But we're going to let that dry. Okay. Let's turn the page here. And on this page here, let's create a belly band. This is 7 1/4 high. So let's just take this piece, 7 1/4 high. And it's a nice 2 inches wide, which is perfect. So find something that will look nice there. Cut 1 3/4. Always do a 1/4 of an inch smaller when I'm doing a mat, whether it's a photo mat or if you're matting up something like this, right? Just a 1/4 of an inch. You go a 1/2 inch smaller, but a 1/4 of an inch is good. So I always say I always say a 1/4 and I mean a 1/2 inch. 6 3/4. Is that right? No, it should have been a 1/4 of an inch. All right, don't make me teach you that again. 7 inches high. A 1/4 of an inch. I was right the first time. By 1 3/4. Okay. We're going to put this on here. And we're going to glue this down. And then we're going to make a a belly band that this can slip into. Right? So your picture will be underneath the belly band. Some people like that. Some people don't because it's photos. You can also go ahead and put on there the like a tag or a smaller journal card so you could write some memories on. It's also a nice place to put a letter, especially if you're doing something letter-like that's kind of cool and fun. All right, let's do this. Let's go full down here, extra thing on this side. Okay, you can also do belly bands this direction and it should fit there. So you see what I'm doing? I'm putting it full on one side. Yes, you can also, yes, absolutely. And we're going to do more of those. I'm not going to do any more photo mats live. I'm showing you what to do with them right now. So full on is going to get glued to my left side. To my right side, we're doing something extra. I don't want to do too many extra things because it will start to bulk up, and then until you put a picture in it, it also will do that there. But yes, that's a great spot to do some writing about your photo. Okay, so on this side here, nice thin line of glue at the top and the bottom. Okay, glue this on here, just like so. Looks good. And then your photo mat. I'm working before the glue's dry. Your photo mat can slip underneath like that. But again, if you have a lot to say about the picture, even putting it in as a photo mat, if someone you're giving the book itself as a gift, they can choose to write on it or do all of the lovely things, like add the photos, right? So let's just give that a chance to dry. We're going to come over here and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to glue this one down. And I'm going to go full on pocket here. Okay, so pocket straight down. And then we're going to skip out to the cover is what we're going to do. You can add pockets to these if you like. I'm going to just go ahead and continue on with what we've done here. So here's my plan. We're going to put this here. We're going to do this one here, and I'm going to do another little photo mat like this with this hanging out. And maybe put it up here. Okay, so that way it's stepping out a little bit. And I'll tell you what I'm doing on the rest of the photo mats, so that way you know. Okay, so there's my... And you could make them all like this with pockets and, you know, put the slippies in, okay? So I'm going to do the same thing here and here. We're going to do the same thing here. So the next three, I'm doing the same thing with the pocket and the little tabs hanging out. And then this one here, I'm going to do a belly band. And this one here, I'm going to do the same thing I did here. This one with the photo mat. The photo mat will be on this side. Okay, so that's my plan. Now we can work on the cover part because I want to be able to do this part too. You could decorate your cover any way you like, but if you're making it a photo book, maybe you want to have a photo on the cover. Okay, so let's talk about that for a second. You can do a total full-on photo mat on the cover and put a whole picture on it. Let me show you. Let me just, here's Rico. Suppose this book was all about my daughter's dog, Rico. Okay, I can just do a photo mat on here. Just like so, if you don't have these photo frames, okay? So just letting you know you have options. And if I frame that out, if I were to add that onto, you know, like so all the way around, that would just make it pop a little bit more and make your picture on the cover. Then someone will know exactly what this book is about, okay? Just a thought. Someone want to tell some things to Miss Kim of some things that she could do to her cover on her book? All right, we're going to take this and we're going to glue these down on the inside. Okay. I didn't put tape down because I figured I can hold this. And I am not going to worry about bringing this around to the inside. We're just going to cut this out. All right, so you know what? I could use my X-Acto knife. Would probably be a way better choice here. I just had that thought that trying to sit and cut that is going to have some issues. Okay, be careful with your finger. Ooh, why is that not cutting through there? Hang on, I'm going to do this over here. I don't want to scare anybody. Use your X-Acto knife, right? And just cut that oval out. Or if you have a square. And if you have a, I don't want to recommend this without saying, if you have an old punch, okay, like an old one, like you really don't care about it, you could make your own photo frames. I'm almost through. We're almost through. I was on at 5 o'clock. Okay. All right, let's glue this down. And then I'll tell you, we're going to take this And we're just going to ink around the center of this. What's some cool things you could put on the cover, you guys? Yep, I've been here an hour. That's true. Okay, so when I go to put this on my cover, I'm going to glue it on two sides that the picture could slide in and out here. Okay. Now I have to tell you, I think this one side, I should just take this off. Okay. Because sliding in and out, it wasn't quite long enough to wrap around. Oh, you're not too late. You can there's always the replay. You got to give it a couple minutes after the video ends, but okay, now we're going to take this. Do not, under any circumstances, put sticky tape around where you're going to put something in and out, okay? So my hope would be that whoever gets this book would slide a picture in behind there and it would be done. However, you always have that chance that someone will want to have something that they can remove in and out, right? So you want to not use sticky tape. For the birds. Oh, I had a little hiccup there. When your stuff starts sticking forever, right? So be careful with that. We're going to take this and we're going to glue this on here 3 sides. 1, 2, 3, glue her down. I just saw that, just caught up. Sorry guys, not sure why it did that. But you want to leave room for whoever gets this to be able to slip a picture in this way over here. Okay. It's neutral pH adhesive, Miss Shelley Smith. Typically, we usually carry it, but I don't carry it in the wintertime. If you live in a cold area or you've just had a really cold snap, don't buy it because it's too, it will solidify and then you'll have a glue stick that you can't use. It's exactly what could happen there. So just keep that in mind, okay? So you could make something there that would slide in and out to tell somebody that that's for a photo, but we don't have to do that. Let me grab something we're going to put on to decorate it with. Hold on. Let's add a little something there. So you can use, you could leave it alone and not put anything on it, right? The reason I like it is it's a quick grab. It grabs a hold quickly and then I can keep moving on, right? Okay, I'm going to put this across here. What I don't want to do is put a decoration in place like this where my is going to go across there. You guys see what I'm seeing there? I'm not really loving that, right? So I think, let me go get my metal pieces. I think I maybe have a metal piece I would rather use. So I'm just going to tie this in a bow. And this is gonna be just like that. We'll trim it up nice and neat. Your own photo will be your decoration, right? So hang on one second. Perhaps maybe we put something on. Here's my metal pieces. This one says, love is not a matter of counting the years. It's a matter of making the years count. That's kind of cool. It's very big though, so I don't think that will work. Sorry if this is going to drive anybody batty. Okay, I kind of have an idea here. Thinking about putting this down here. That'll get rid of the sticker part. No stickers. Okay. So then, Kim, you can buy a tape runner that is, oh, this one, the photo will slide in on the cover. But on the inside, all of these white places that I just gave, you can glue them down. Now, I don't recommend a glue stick because they'll come off. But you can buy tape runners that are photo safe. Or if it were me and I was putting pictures in, I would just use my glue here. So, but if you want to give it as a gift, you can give the photo runner. That's the only tape runner that I recommend. Any place where you're sliding anything around in and out, it's tricky because you could cause, you know, you could have an issue. All right, we're going to do this right here. I'm using Fabri-Tac. Fabri-Tac is good for fabrics and metals, and since we're using metal, we're going to go ahead and drop that on there. It just says Design Studio 21375. Super cool photo album. Okay, I'm going to take this key. I'm going to tie this one on here. Right about, get it where you want it, Jimmy Lou. See, not there. I wanted it back here. I knew that was going to happen to me. Hold on. There has to be an easier way to tie keys and stuff on without, I just want it to kind of hang there. Yep, you can put the clear adhesive photo back sleeves, yep, and slip the pictures in and out if you don't want to glue them down. That's absolutely okay. Okay, so I want that to go there. That'll look good. Just like so. I'm going to take this other one here. You can also paper clip them in if that's your thing. Paper clipping is a cool way for you to make something look neato. You can do that. I just want to touch this onto here, like so. And you know, you can do some flowers on it if you're doing something that's for a girl. Little baby booty things would be cute as well. But look at how, I think that looks real swell on there. So I'm going to be finishing putting in the photo mats. If I get it done by Wednesday in enough of time, we'll get it put into the sale. But I think this turned out super cute. I hope that you guys all have learned a little something from it. We were live an hour and 10 minutes just about, so I think that's about right, I think. Yeah, about an hour and 10 minutes. So, I mean, that was me knowing what I was doing, and there's still a little bit of work. So probably in under 2 hours, you could turn up with something super duper adorable, right? So I think it's very pretty. I am very much liking it. So I hope you guys all have a really good rest of your night. Go create something totally awesome. If you do and it's made of paper, do us a favor and share it into the Junk Journaling Jamboree. Because that's a place all for paper. And you can see the schedule it posted today. I am in the Jamboree on Thursday, and I'm live at 4 o'clock instead of 5. What else do I have to tell you? Tomorrow I'll be live at 5, 4:30 on Thursday or Wednesday, and again, sale over on Whatnot at 5. We also have the sale on Friday at 4 o'clock. So I appreciate you all. I hope you make one, and if you do, put it in the Junk Journal Jamboree and tag me. That would be really swell. And we'll see you all real soon. Remember to always be kind, because you never know what someone's going through. And I'll see you all real soon. Bye, guys.